Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, or good evening if you happen to be in the EU. I actually have no idea what to do for videos tomorrow. I haven't got any videos out today. I was really busy. I had some real-life stuff I had to cancel the podcast for and all sorts of things like that. So, it happens from time to time. Sorry. You know, IRL is a real thing, strangely enough. So now that I've bust through the two big AAAs for this week, I'm now kind of left with a bit of a quandary. What exactly do I do now? And I have a bunch of games in my backlog on Teambox, which is basically all the codes that I get sent. And some of them look okay, some of them don't. Some of them I don't even know what the hell's going on with. So we'll probably crack through a few of them. I also want to have a look at the Dark mod. I want to have a look at Renegade X, but I'm having some UDK problems with it. This is a really intermittent, weird thing with UDK on my system. I don't know why that is. I actually played a UDK game earlier, Iron Soul, which is a fucking waste of space and you shouldn't even consider it. Like, I'm not even going to make a video on it. It's just... I can't be bothered. I'm pretty sure the developer's in Iran. I expect it'll probably get another copyright strike, so I'm not even gonna fucking bother. It's like, why? The tutorial's like an hour long of bullshit, so I can't even be bothered with that. I should really do Infinity Wars at some point. I've been intending to, but I keep getting sidetracked. So I'm ignoring that completely. I do want to have a look at the Dark mod for obvious reasons, because the Dark mod is getting a lot more attention now that Thief's come out. So I want to have a look at that. I played a little bit of the tutorial and it looks quite promising. And what else do I want to do? Well, I did just install a bunch of stuff. Unfortunately, the Dark mod is really annoying in the sense that it only does full screen windowed and it doesn't let you see the shit behind it. Like, I can't minimize the damn game. I'm trying to figure out how to do it, but it means I can't access my mixer, I can't access Steam. Ugh. I'm trying my best. I am. Like, my mouse cursor's now vanished. So, I'm gonna have to probably restart the Dark mod entirely in order to even get what I want out. Don't do that, guys. Like, if you're developing a game, do not put forced full-screen windowed on. And don't give you the option to go dedicated windowed. Because if I can't minimize your game, I can't get to all of the millions of things that are behind that window. In the process, apparently, it has also managed to crash Chrome. So that's wonderful. Jesus. Alright, let me reload my browser up and get everything sorted out, and then I'll go through a list of stuff that I have here. Mods are mods. And frankly, my machine's been getting more and more unstable lately. It might actually be getting... It might be getting time for a reformat, which I really don't like, but... Yeah. I hope not. Certainly hope not. Okay, so I just installed a bunch of stuff on Steam. And we'll go and have a look at what's going on with that. Is it worth getting a PS Vita for Persona 4 Golden? Yup. I love Persona 4 Golden, but you might as well wait for the PS Vita TV if you... Oh, worth it on PS2 still? Yeah. Yeah, totally. You miss a bunch of content, but it's still pretty good. Okay. I just installed a bunch of these. How do I... There's a way to view by install date, isn't there? Oh, apparently there isn't. Alright. Well, that's annoying. Is there not recently? Recent games here? Oh, it'll be under downloads, won't it? Okay. Let's see. What did I install? Revolution Ace, Grimmind, Chuck's Challenge 3D, Magicite, Iron Soul, which again I'm not going anywhere fucking near. Yeah, I can't load Hawken. I've tried. As I said, the Hawken suffers the same problem that I had with Strike Vector for a little while, and then I was able to finish, which is really odd. I don't know what's causing that problem, but it's really fucking annoying. It may be that I could update to the latest version of my drivers, and that might help, but I don't know. It's been really inconsistent and weird with UDK stuff. But yeah, apparently there is a new driver out that might fix that, but I don't want to do that right now. Alright, well let's start with Dark mod then. And then we'll have a look at the other stuff. I really do want to... No, not Iron Soul. Fuck Iron Soul. Don't even. It's not in any way worthy of your time, and I'm not going to play it. I'm sorry. I got such a terrible impression from it. Okay, cool, that's dark mod loaded. Alright, so let's start with dark mode, shall we? See if I can get the bloody thing to work properly. I've had some problems with my second monitor lately as well. I really think there's like some issues with my graphics cards. I might need to reinstall everything. Okay, so dark mod. This is based on the Doom 3 engine, if I recall correctly, and it's an effort to reinterpret Thief within a new engine, the original Thief, as well as Thief 2. And okay, so I just need to point out, I need to make it very, very obvious to you before I begin that when I say grab bag, that doesn't mean I will take requests. It's not the same thing. I'm going to try and go through a bunch of different games. We can get post-processing on there. Just messing around with the game options. I don't really like the style of the menu. It's actually quite hard to read, especially at low resolutions. They could have used a much better font, I feel. Okay, so Dark Mod has a bunch of missions that you can download. By default, you get Training Mission, and you get Tears of St. Lucia. I also went to their forums to find a couple of good missions. No Honor Among Thieves and a Score to Settle is apparently a set of decent missions. So I guess we'll start on the tutorial mission and see what's going on with that. Currently, there should be progress on the copyright strike thing. We're expecting the strike to be revoked within the next couple of days. We're hoping that that's the case, but who knows with this? You know, we've already had craziness, absolute craziness going on with it, so, you know. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Alright, let us begin then, shall we? So we're just going to mess around the tutorial a little bit, and then we'll actually do a mission. It only comes with one mission by default, that's Tears of St. Lucia, and then everything else you have to download manually. The main problem with it is the website doesn't have a particularly good filtering system for all the missions. So there's missions from like 4 years ago, which look way worse than the missions that are coming out now, obviously like poorer texture quality and assets and things like that. And they were also developed on previous versions of the Dark Mod, so they might not necessarily be as good. And there isn't a rating system, so I don't know which missions are good and which are absolute cack. So I had to go to the forums and try and have a look at that. Yeah, the research stream is still down on Guys of the Wolf, for those who don't know. That's the VOD of the research stream. You can actually still watch it if you're a subscriber for the Twitch channel, because that didn't get hit, but yeah. Apparently, this is an interesting piece of information, by the way. It seems like if you strike the same channel multiple times in the same day, it only counts as one strike. That's to stop channels from basically being nuked in one day, especially partnered channels. Also, my channel wouldn't go down after 3 strikes because I'm actually a managed partner, so let's just say that any efforts to try and take down my channel are completely futile. It's just annoying. It disables certain things that I would like to be able to do, and obviously it denies me revenue, at least for a little while, from those videos. Okay, so this is the Dark Mod. Actually pretty impressive lighting, as you can see, although the texture work is nowhere near as good as the current Thief, but that's to be expected. It is a mod of the Doom 3 engine, after all. But I've got to say I'm pretty impressed by the lighting levels. So, there's your light gem down the bottom. You're probably familiar with that. And, you know, what I actually also like is that it's got an indicator as to whether or not you're crouched. If you crouch, you'll see the little pattern next to the actual light gem changes, which is good. With your weapon key, turn to page 1. Oh, next weapon key. Well, I don't even know what that is, because the game never told me. So that's a little pointless. All of these different rooms, one assumes, are... You may need to get... Okay. This is an interesting way of teaching you the game, but they didn't bother to tell you what any of the buttons are, which is slightly silly. Okay, well, I guess I'll just make assumptions up to this point, and then I can figure it out by looking at the key bindings menu. I mean, you know, even though obviously the texture work is not that good, it's still a damn impressive looking mod. I've got to give it credit for that. Like, lighting in particular is very nice. Crouch is X, and that's on a toggle. Okay, good to know. This is completely standalone. This is absolutely free, by the way. You don't even need Doom 3 or anything like that. You can download Dark Mod, and it takes a bit of time to update. Like, you have to run the updater multiple times, which is a little bit annoying. Right, okay. Actual crate stacking going on. Well, I see 2 open windows. Question is, how do I pick up crates? Right button, okay. Oh. Apparently I'm not very good at picking up things. There we go. There is supposedly combat in this as well, although I'm not sure how they handle it. Can I climb that? Yeah, I can. Okay. So it's got the hold down the button thing in order to climb up, so that's fine. Health potion, very nice. Ah, so that's the tutorial. Find all the health potions. Alright. Fair enough. I'm not entirely sure if I'm supposed to be stealthy. I assume not. This is mostly just a climbing section. Just to learn what's going on. I could probably just go straight to the door here. Nope, that's actually locked, so I guess you'd have to stack things up here as well. Ladder over there. I just want to make sure I know the basics. I probably won't complete this tutorial mission unless it forces me to. And then I'll look at some of the other stuff. Oh, you can mantle. It's just apparently I'm not very good at it. Certainly oh, you can just mantle up there, okay. And then just run and jump. That makes sense. Sweet. And... oh, it wants me to go through the window. Alright. I should have probably paid attention to that. Can you even go along the sledge? No, that should do the job, right? Nope. Nope. Apparently not. If I go back slightly, will that work? Nope. Huh. Weird. You'd think you'd be able to get up there. That said, the tutorial message disappeared before I had a chance to really read it, and it doesn't look like there's a way to read it again. I probably missed something. I mean, I get the idea of it anyway. Not too difficult to figure out. Yeah, apparently Angry Joe is still having some pretty severe problems. He is able to do certain reviews, but he's being really, really careful. So the health bar is below the light gem. Good to know. Alright, well I think I can handle the climbing mostly. Is it possible for me to actually leave this tutorial area, or do I have to restart the entire mission? Looks like I might just have to restart the entire mission. Ambient sound is fairly repetitive, but hey, it's a mod, it's to be expected. Alright, guess I'm restarting the mission then. There we go. So hopefully this will just take me back to the training hub. Yes, it does. Good. I would love to read the book, but I don't know what the next weapon key is. Oh, okay, it's the mouse slider. Alright. Alright. Well, that's relatively helpful. Okay, melee and archery. Let's have a look at that. You know what really annoys me is I actually really want to play Renegade X, and I don't really want to have to reinstall my graphics drivers to try and do that. And I probably will have to. Which is fairly irritating. The frame rate is not great, I've got to say that. I mean, for a Doom 3 mod, you would think you would be able to get over 45 FPS, but apparently not. So I'm not really sure what it is about this area right here, but the frame rate drops to about 45. It's a bit weird. Okay. So I have the short sword. There we go. I guess we're fighting.
Should be done right the first time.
Hey, you over there.
And apparently there is a block ability as well. Yep, that reminds me an awful lot of the combat from the initial Thief games. No, there's definitely an issue with the frame rate in that area. Don't know why. What's block? Hold parry. It doesn't tell you what parry is! Oh man, it's like, don't tell me that stuff, you know. It would be nice if it just told me what the default controls were. Let's have a look. Weapons, yep. Yeah, that's Thief, all right. I guess, yeah, okay, it's mouse 3 or Z. Okay. Mouse 3, yeah, Okay, so that's parry middle mouse button.
Surrender or die, villain. No mercy now, fool.
Oh. Oh, so you have to actually parry in different directions. Jeez, that's actually really difficult. Yep. I can see why you wouldn't want to get into combat in this game.
This ends now.
Well, I'll just put my sword away. That's probably not the best of ideas. He is evidently far better at parrying than I am, so... Yep, I can definitely see why you wouldn't want to fight. Seems like a pretty bad idea overall.
I made that. Told you.
Alright, so don't... Lesson learned here, don't fight anything. Alright, good to know. Fight boxers. They don't fight back. There we go. Lack of ambient sound here is a little weird. I'm half tempted just to put some music on in the background, but I feel I'd ruin the ambience. Yeah, the archery section. And read the book. I'd prefer not to, but never mind. Alright, so... yeah, that's pretty much to be expected. They've got quite the arc on them as well. As you can see. Well, thank you, game. Much appreciated. Let's try the ones that are a little further away. They even mentioned using the spyglass to see where it landed, which is a pretty cool idea. Not sure if that hit. I'm going to go with no. Yeah, it's falling. This guy's not much of an archer, is he? There we go. That actually did go in. Slightly lower. Eh, it's not bad. Jeez. Shooting in dark mode is not easy. I don't think I can even make it reach from here. Yep, and that's probably on purpose. So, cheat. Yeah, I don't believe you have a mechanical eye in the dark mode, I'm afraid. There you go. Yes, it was an excellent shot. Thank you, game. Much appreciated. I am a horrible cheating whore bag. Well, pretty clear how that works then. I think I can probably just go into it now, but I do want to see if there's anything else that I need to learn before I start. Let's just double check. Stealth and shadow as well, you know, that's self-explanatory. Objects and handling, that might be something I want to have a look at. Jumping and climbing I've done. Keys and lockpicks I have not done, so I should probably do that. That's a candlestick. That is not a key. Okay. So that works automatically. Now read the book about how to pick locks. Huh. Oh, they actually put some fairly reasonable detail into this. The use key, you start to assume as it clicks. Is there anything else to it? Huh. Pick a lock, move close enough, you will start to hear a sequence of clicks and see the door handle or lock pin jiggle in sync. The clicks are a random pattern. At the end of the pattern is a brief period of silence, then the pattern will begin again. To be successful, you must release the use key, or hit the attack key at the start of that silence. If you hit the attack key at the wrong time, there'll be a dull fail sound, the pattern will begin again. Learn the sequence of clicks so you can anticipate when it will end. That is interesting. However, you can set lockpicking to automatic. Alright. Useful to know. Alright then. Let's give it a bash. I assume I have to select my lockpick, which I currently don't seem to have. Am I missing something here? The name of the game is under, well, it's in the stream title, so not hard to figure out. Press and hold the use key, but I don't know what the use key is, so. And, you know, I understand the idea of not wanting to put things in. Yeah, mouse 2 is apparently used. Because people have a tendency to rebind the keys, but it would be nice to at least put the defaults in there. Rather than expecting people to... No, using... Well, that's inventory item. Next inventory item is... Okay. No, I mean, it's... yeah, there are definitely areas in this mod that... The lockpick's probably in the chest, yeah, I most likely missed it. Yep, there it is. Okay. Well, that makes sense. So it did mention there are 2 types of lockpicks. There we go. So you hear the sequence, you've got to click when the sequence ends in order to actually make that work. Dun, 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 dun. So I have to then use the other one? Yeah, I do. Well, there are no guards, so... I assume the noise will alert them, or the fact that I'm standing here in broad daylight. That's probably got something to do with it. There we go. Yeah, the lockpicking is fiddly. Once you get used to it, I'm sure it's fine. It's also a little bit difficult because I've got the sound very, very low. So I can't necessarily hear the tumblers all that well. Two, three. Okay, that's one of them. Then switch to the triangle lockpick. You just gotta be quick. Then switch back to the snake lockpick. As to why they make you do that, I don't know. But yes, it's definitely very fiddly. There we go. Yeah, it's doable. Does take quite a bit of practice, though. Safe gives no visual cue and you can't hear its clicks if there's noise. Well, that's a dick move. So lockpick the barred door in order to turn the generator off in order to be able to hear that. Okay. Alright, well, I certainly understand how that works now. That's evil. Absolutely evil. I think we're ready to try a mission then. The only other thing I need to look at, I think, is the object manipulation, which was this door. I believe. No, that's gamma. Objects and handling. There we go. This is not Thief, this is the Dark mod, which is a free interpretation of Thief in the Doom 3 engine. It is a free download. Finding it is very easy because we have Google. Well, I was reading that. I'm not anymore, apparently. That's somewhat irritating. It's like, well, how do I read that now, then? Use inventory item as enter. Okay. Alright, that's fine. So just don't bash into stuff, because otherwise... Well, this actually doesn't make any noise anyway. I assumed that bashing into this chair would actually have a negative effect. Apparently it doesn't. Try to move the candlestick from the box. Also, all this stuff, which I assume you can then try. It's the spyglass, which can be used that way. Flash bomb, which is used that way. Ah, okay, so throw stuff to try and get things down. Interesting. Won't be doing much with that. There we go. The physics engine is interesting. Okay, so that's how you push. Is my thing just not working? Because people keep coming in and ask what game I'm playing when it should be clearly written at the top of the screen. Can someone tell me? I'm gonna double check it myself actually, because if that's not working, that's a problem. It's either that people just aren't paying attention. I'd like to know which. As it should be set to the dark mod. And it is. People just aren't paying attention. Okay, that's fine. Well, it's not fine. Pay attention, but you get the idea. Yeah, the problem is it doesn't refresh. You'd have to refresh the page. It clearly says the dark mod, so if people are confused as to what I'm playing, then they just need to, read the website. Okay, well, I think I've figured this out, so let's do an actual mission and see how it works. As one would imagine, we're going to want to stealth our way around. Yeah, you can't mess around with a lot of objects. I'll give them credit for that. There's a lot of... Like, it has interactive fish, for instance. Which I'm now going to try and cook, because why the hell not? Well, that's not what I expected the fish to do, but never mind. It could be some kind of ghost fish, who knows. Realistic medieval pillow simulator. Alright. Let's try the actual game then. So, as I said, there are a number of user-created missions for this. The one that it defaults with is Tears of St. Lucia, and these two are apparently pretty good, so I got those. I already have the mission, so nope. Shit. It's not what we're supposed to be doing. So you have to actually install the mission, even though you actually have it in the first place. New mission, Tears of St. Lucia. Install. Okay. And apparently that restarts the entire game. Alright, that's pretty janky, unfortunately. There we go. Well, it is a mod, I guess it's to be expected. So you can only have one mission loaded at a time, and you have to reload the game. Thankfully, it's not too fast. Well, not too slow.
A few weeks ago, I started hearing people talk about a church called St. Roderick's. It's a small church east of Mill Street.
go rob the bloody thing then. What's the relic that made the statue weep? Find the 818 box it is kept in. Find a way to damage the statue of St. Lucia so it looks like an accident. Never suspicion from your client. Steal at least 750 loot to make the job look like an ordinary thief. When you've completed... You know, that's a... I'll give him credit. That's actually quite a significant, interesting set of objectives. I haven't had time to play any more Thief. No. I'm sorry if you believe that I have the time to play games casually. I generally don't. When I do have that kind of time, I usually spend it on multiplayer stuff. As soon as I was done with Thief, I had to immediately start Castlevania, because that embargo was 18 hours from Thief's embargo. So that was fun. So I basically spent, like, an entire day on Castlevania. Okay, let's see. Broadhead arrows. Currently have 5 of them. How much gold do we have? Decent amount. Some moss arrows are probably going to be quite useful. And some water arrows, I think. I've already got 5 of those, but... Let's get some moss arrows. A few more water heads. And you can buy a map. Which is just a sketch, incidentally. Okay. Well, I guess I've got what I need. So let's begin. Nope, never did a video of Splinter Cell Blacklist. I played a bit of it while I was on the cruise, but turns out if you play online, you play offline without an internet connection, you lose your save file. So I gave up on it. Because fuck that. I don't want to do the damn tutorial again for the 3rd time. Loading times are pretty lengthy, as you've probably figured out. It may load sometime this week. Is DB just playing this game? Why do you not read? What's the point in me even putting a research title on the stream without if people don't fucking read it? Oh god. Texture work in the funny thing is, like, the texture work in some of this is actually significantly better than it was in the tutorial area. That's the thing, though. I mean, you've got people who are all developing this stuff separately, so there's going to be a fairly wide variance in terms of quality. It is cool that this exists, though. Now, my hope would be, like, people play the new Thief, and then they kind of get a bit of a taste for stealth games, and then they have a look at something like the Dark Mod, which is more complex. The problem with replaying the original Thief games these days is that they utilize some fairly clunky mechanics, and they definitely don't, in my opinion, stand the test of time. So, a mod like this is actually very important, I feel. Alright. I could just kill him, I suppose. That's not a guard, though, is it? Am I a horrible murderer? I'm probably not going to get penalized for this. Nope. So might as well. I know I'm a horrible human being, but as far as I know, you don't lose points for it. Nope, I'm pretty sure that still makes me a horrible human being. In fact, maybe even more so. Well, I killed him because there's no penalty for not killing him. I am terrible. Absolutely awful. He had absolutely nothing against me. I could barely read that. You know, I like it for purposes of immersion, but the cursive is difficult to read. Let's steal his things. The thing about this is, I don't think there's an indicator as to what is loot and what isn't. It's like, oh, that looks like loot, and then it ends up not being loot. It's just an item that you pick up. which is a little annoying. I mean, you'd think this looks like loot. It is. Okay, that's actual loot. But there is no indicator as to what is loot and what is not. So, purists will say, well, glowing is for casuals. And I understand the principle of that. However, ain't no one got time for that. Yeah, it's Cursive as font choice in a game is not a good idea. It's like immersion over usability, which is not a good plan. Well, so I horribly murdered him for no reason and stole his cash. I could have just stolen his cash without murdering him. But again, there doesn't seem to be a penalty for it. I have a feeling that these levels are probably quite large. If they are thief-esque, certainly. Seeing if there's any open windows that I can get in. Don't know if I can reach that, but I can try. Can I get up that high? No. Is there anything around that I could stack? Nope. And do I have rope arrows? I don't think I do. Not by the looks of it. So I can't get up there. The problem with the idea of stealing anything that isn't bloody nailed down is the fact that most of the stuff isn't stealable, so... I would happily steal that stuff, but... doesn't seem like you can. You end up just getting an item which is going to make noise when you put it down. I suppose you could argue this challenge to that, so you don't just randomly pick up everything, but it's also incredibly annoying. Purists are going to snark at me. And I don't really care. Blood on the street. This is a fairly good introductory mission, at least. Okay, so I can probably just pick this lock. Ah, the blackjack. I'm looking forward to smacking somebody with this. I did bring a lockpick, didn't I? There is a way to cycle through this stuff. What was the button for it? Inventory. Nope. Actions. What the hell? Next weapon, previous weapon is on mouse wheel. Tools. Did I just not no, I did bring a lockpick with me. I know I did. It should be under tools, shouldn't it? And it bloody well isn't. That's nice. Let's just go through the inventory items this way. There they are, okay. It's unnecessary clunk. Okay, so that doesn't work. That will. Nope, neither lockpick works. Lovely. Well, that's not very useful, is it? Well, sod that. Enjoy several minutes of complete silence. And also the reason why I would never post a video like this on YouTube. This nonsense is acceptable while streaming. It is not acceptable for a YouTube video, and the fact that videos like that actually get posted is annoying at best. Terrible at worst. Well, it's certainly giving me the sneaking experience, and the level is fairly large, from what I can tell so far. That looks worthwhile for Robin. No, never mind. Closed door. Open window? Nope. Set piece. Bit disappointing. Can't read those from this distance. I'm gonna try and speed up through the town, because this is a waste of time. There is the church, needless to say. Obviously, it's like a fairly linear path to it.
'Tis not for me to question Brother Reynold, but it doth seem that there is not but...
Well, he spotted me pretty fast.
For beneath the hammer of God. Here. Ha! Taste my wrath. Here.
Well, that's me dead.
Here. Thou shalt now stand before the master builder.
Well, bollocks. I could barely even see him. So you can just run through the first amount of it. From what I can tell. Just run all the way to the church and then we can get back to that area. Ugh. Oh, hello. She wasn't there before.
Shut your gob.
Interesting. Twitch TV chat has been such a piece of shit since Twitch Plays Pokemon started. It's damn annoying. It's like, hey, yeah, you know, this one shitty stream is going to ruin the rest of the website. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Wonder if we can just shoot him. I can't remember if he was wearing a helmet. Pretty sure I can't water arrow that, but I will try anyway. Nope.
'Tis not for me to question Brother Reynold, but it doth seem that there is not but rats and beggars to guard against.
He spotted me.
The Lord guides my hammer.
Jesus, they spot you quickly in this version.
Here. Ha! Taste my wrath. Here.
Yep, so sneaking through there is going to be pretty fucking difficult. That seems to be the only way. I guess I'll have to distract him out there and sneak past him that way. Yeah. I'll give it one more shot, and then I shall move on to something else. Last thing I'm going to do on a stream is repeatedly fail at one thing and force people to watch it. That doesn't seem very interesting whatsoever. That's something I can do off screen.
Shut your gob.
Hello, Poppet, really. I've not heard someone say that in a long time. So, getting this guard out of here. And there's light here that apparently can't be broken, from what I can tell. I assume this surface makes...
It is not for me to question Brother Reynold, but it doth
Huh?
seem that there is not but rats and beggars to guard against.
Vengeance is mine.
Christ, he spots you fast. Good lord. Just peeking around the corner is enough.
Prepare to meet thy maker. Here. Enjoy thy eternal torment.
Yeah. I think I will play that off screen. There's most likely a door or sort of window or something that I missed, but they don't fuck around in this mod, do they? No, not at all. Alright, well, I say, I'll play a bunch more of that off screen before I come up with any kind of assessment.